Hello people, just got here.
It's like, show them the pile of willow.
I'll show them the destruction soon. The fireplace is looking awesome. All this cob and clay and soil and stuff that we mounded up is really firmed off, starting to dry out, even considering the rain that we've had. So that's going to get built up a bit further today and tonight. This is going to be one hell of a fireplace, guys and gals. It's going to be awesome. A couple of comments floating around from last week about a lot of smoke escaping out of the front door. Well, if you notice, I've kind of thought of that pre-building it. The supports for this top lintel come out at least 6 inches past where the fire is going to be. The fire isn't going to ever come any further towards the door than the back of that plinth there, and that's not even in line with this. If you look from the top, it's like set back even further, so we're really not going to have any problems with that. All the smoke and the fire is going to go right up the back, and it's going to be built probably the same internal dimensions above the opening as there is going to be inside it before the chimney's on top, so we're really not going to have any problems. Would you like to explain what's going on, John?
Well, I woke up this morning and I just hated everything. Yeah, when I got here last night, because we've had like about 30 hours of solid torrential rain, we got to see pretty much what's going to happen in winter, because it'll be 10 times worse. It always is. So I had the main square of the village was completely about that deep in water, and it was even the yard that I crossed through, it was running like a stream. The flood, the clay pit, which I've just managed to bail out this morning, was it was literally about here in water. So I've pretty much just bailed it out down there, and I'm going to put a load of debris in the main square, and I'm probably going to raise it up for winter. But I rushed last week and I just put because we started to build this, I put a shelter up. Just took us an hour to build, and it was like a roofed thing on stilts, and I put pallet walls on it, and that kept it dry, but it made all the water go into this shelter here. So because we never actually use a shelter, and we're always building shelters that we don't always use really, aren't we?
We do sometimes, yeah.
It's just for the fun of it. So I'm going to take down the shelters we don't actually use and put them into something we can actually use. And I've put the frame for these logs for the width, and I put this post across the bottom for the length of a bunk bed. And this is going to be the door at this side. So these are going to be log walls. I'm going to take the logs from that shelter there and put them on here. Then I'm going to take the back wall logs and I'm going to split them in half and spread the wall so it's about here. And then we're going to put a roof on it. And while I do that, Tim's going to build up the fireplace, and we'll meet in the middle like we always do.
Nice. You're going to be able to get me from like there, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So, just been putting another layer on around this wall. Just got the finishing touches on this corner to do. Really not much more to it than that. Gather a mess, apply the mess. Oh! I just took my trowel, smoothed up those edges quite nicely. Make it look a bit neat. There's something for all you silky fans out there.
What? What are you going on about? What?
I was getting a bit too ambitious and going a bit too high on this corner, and it started to just slop over. So John was quick on the save with some struts, supports and stuff.
Cladding.
Yeah. It's like proper screen concrete work now. Happy with that. Just leave that until it firms off and that wall should be really good. Look at it! Oh, I'm so impressed.
It does look obscenely brilliant.
Just wait until that clay goes all the way up and this is all blocked off like this, and then that clay goes all the way up there and all the way up there, and then chimneys out the top of there. It's going to be amazing. Standing in the main bit of the shelter now. John's been working away on that while I've been supporting and building walls and odd jobs here and there. So go to the other side. That back wall's just temporary, so we can get a kind of idea for height and what kind of amount of material we need. I think we're going to go stacked logs that way.
Yeah, just keep it all matching in.
Yeah, and yeah, the roof's going to be a big A-frame. There's a ridgepole like up there somewhere.
It's red hot.
It is, it's roasting. It's about 6 PM, maybe 6:30, and yeah, I'm boiling.
The densest willow wall we've ever made.
Oh yeah, we stacked all our willow into one big wall without any organisation. It's just a big stacked wall. I hate working with that stuff. It's so spiky and tangles you up.
Whippy.
Yeah, you go anywhere near it and you're instantly like a fish in a net.
it as well.
Really starting to dry off now on the back of here. A lot of steam coming out of it. A few cracks starting to show from where it's drying and shrinking. But it's all going to get skimmed several times by the time it's finished. Still got one of the props on there supporting that side. And now it's sitting under this.
Are you sure the inside dimensions are right, Tim?
I think you should go and stand in the middle just for a comparison. Cause,
half a second until I...
yeah, no bother. That's probably about 9 feet, 8 feet to the ridgepole. You're over 6 foot, aren't you, John? Yeah.
Right, so I'm 6 foot 2 inches tall.
6'2", there you go.
I can just touch it.
That is some shelter. I mean, the walls on the side are nigh on my head height, and then you've got what, an extra 3 feet above that. Very good. It's going to be some awesome winter shelter with that thing burning away, especially seeing that's the door, so all of the heat's just going right to the back of the shelter.
Foil, I'm going to put on the back wall when it's finished, so that'll reflect even more heat in the winter.
Yeah, basically this is us preparing our winter shelter, like we do every sort of summer towards autumn time. We start to...
Well, last year was that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, last year was this, and it kept us nice and warm, but we've learnt from it and we're going bigger.
Yeah.
Much bigger.
Bunk beds are going to come out to about here.
Right, because we're having the beds that way.
Yeah, along the back wall.
One above each other. So we'll have loads and loads of space inside.
Yeah.
This is all bricked off at the moment because we're trying to get as much heat going into it as we can, rather than heat coming into the shelter.
That ladder's done a job, hasn't it?
I've been the ladder.
There's actually spots here changing colour, look.
Is there? Bits drying off already?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, that's a good sound.
That's starting to get warm, that now. But that's drying, so... And it's getting everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Finally got the last layer on the wall section of here. So it's now right up to level with the bricks on the inside all the way around, and I'm chuffed to bits with it. We just need to let it set and dry off. We're going to brace these corners with some slabs so that it kind of ties everything together as one piece, and then I'm going to build big half moon walls on here and another one on top of that plinth, and then connect the two sides together into a big archway over the top.
You're just going to get me crunching.
Biscuits! Yeah, it's about 11:30 p.m. Time for some bacon rolls, bit of sausage. Absolutely starving after all this work and all this heat. Fantastic night. Exhausted. Gonna go to sleep. See you in the morning. Morning, everybody. And a great night's sleep. Things are looking good out there. I'm up in the 2-story shelter, just getting a little look at the epic work that we did last night. It's one hell of a shelter. Last night we were discussing what we could have done better, and we had that bit of concrete over there, and it had little gaps on either side. So we just measured the gap and went and found something better.
As easy as that.
Yeah. So it really is turning into quite an epic fireplace. That is us all packed up, and the fireplace is all wrapped up, just in case any water and rain gets in that end. We can cover it up. And a good one there, John.
Aye, fairly.
Did some amount of work. Anyway, I'm just about to go now, so I'll say goodbye and see you next week.